Ba la 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 la. Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I've done a straight up vlog, so just want to do a check-in. We're just getting into the start of February here. It's the 2nd, February 2nd. It's Saturday, February 2nd. So I just wanted to kind of do a recap of my New Year's resolutions. I feel like a lot of people probably have forgotten about them. Really haven't heard anybody talk about them since about the first or second week of January. So really just wanted to dive into mine. Some of the progress that I've made over the past month, a little bit over a month, because I did kind of get a little bit of or I guess my starting point came, more in like the end of December. So, but like my big goals just kind of, first of all, revolved around like fitness and nutrition. So, that's something I've really tackled hard. So just running down this list here: lifting 3 to 5 times a week. That's been no problem. Cardio 5 to 7. We've had temperatures down as low as like 35 below with the wind chill, so that hasn't happened as much. So, so that's kind of slipping through the cracks, but, still doing stuff like, I don't know, just kind of running around a little bit. I've been doing some stationary bike work as well. The next one, yoga 3 to 7 times a week. That has not happened at all, so not even going to try to bullshit on that one. Really the only thing I've done kind of in place of yoga is just being more mindful of like stretching, doing some mobility works, that kind of things, or those kinds of things. And then obviously the big goal would be to gain muscle and lose fat. So I wanted to lose about 25 pounds over this year, or about 7.5% of my body fat, or 7.5% body fat. Cause I think when I went down to Cincinnati, got my body fat tested on the machine at my brother's gym that my brother works at, I think it was like 18.9%. So that's like the highest that it's ever been for me. So, I've just really been trying to eat a lot more mindfully and just be better with just everything, because in the past I haven't had to really watch my weight, because of all the sports I've been in and my fast metabolism. So, now that I'm 28, almost 29, things are kind of, slowing down a little bit, and, just sitting at a desk all day doing Excel sheets and that kind of shit, just like, it's going to kill your metabolism a little bit. You're not walking, if you're not hitting 10,000 steps or more a day, you're probably going to see your weight go up. But as far as my weight check-in, so my last time, or the highest that I ever weighed was 186.6, and that was on the 27th of December. So after all the holidays, Kyla's making these awesome cookies, peanut butter, chocolate chip cookies, like, just all this shit just making me pack on the weight. And of course I can't control myself. So I was 186.6 pounds at that point. My body fat, according to my scale, which I got from Amazon, and it's like it Bluetooths to my phone. Body fat was 17.5%, and my BMI was 27.6. So my BMI is always high. That's considered overweight, but it's always high just because I lift. I have a higher percentage of muscle on my on my frame. So, but certainly I am well overweight, and that's the whole point of this. Lose weight, get down to about 160 pounds or so. So as of 2/2, which is today, February 2nd. My weight was at 174.6 pounds. That's 12 pounds in about 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, I guess. My body fat was 15.8% as compared to 17.5%, so down 1.7%. BMI was down to 25.9, so down 1.7, whatever the measure is there. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's a huge amount of weight to lose. At one point I was actually down 14, almost 15 pounds. So I actually started eating a little bit more after that, because I felt like I was losing weight too rapidly. So, this is a long game. So if you lose weight too quickly, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for like your lifting and like your performance in the gym. So, so that's something I've been mindful of. But, kind of some of this all, how I've done it is simple. It's all about nutrition. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up on cardio as much. With the snow and the extreme cold, you just can't take the dogs out, walking them in that weather. And other than that, Tracking my food was something I said I was going to do. I haven't done that at all. Eating a salad a day, I've been terrible about that. I've executed on that a handful of times. Smoothie a day, I'm pretty good about that. Sometimes on the weekend I won't do it, but pretty much every day I have a protein mixed berry and pineapple smoothie. Eat less sugar. Get a huge sugar rush from that smoothie, I'm sure. But other than that, I've cut out like stuff like cereal, fruit snacks. Those are my guilty pleasures. And, really that's about it. Like I just haven't eaten snacks. So, and cutting out sugar, not eating like as much bread and processed foods, things like that. And then the big thing was we said that we would only eat out once a month. So we actually ended up eating out probably 3 or 4 times last month. Most of it was because we had gift cards or were low on, short on time and that sort of thing. But I think just cutting that back and not drinking any beer. So for the whole month of January, I think I had less than a 6-pack. I think I only had 3 beers, maybe 4. So I'm pretty happy with myself for that. Beyond that, all that stuff kind of plays into our economic goals of saving up, saving money. Been saving $50 a week for my checking account, and I already have half of my paycheck just deposited straight into my savings account. So I've been doing well with that. Credit card debt, that's easy to manage. I don't really need to buy anything. So, and the nice thing is too, now that I've, seen, I've built up some income from like selling stuff on eBay and, from selling my produce last year. So I can use all of that money to put it back into my business. So that's why I've been able to afford like this racking system that I've put LED grow lights on. So that's cool because I can, finally like, all right, reinvesting that stuff. So getting that kind of income and that money circulating over there. And then, saving on my own side. So it's been good. I've been definitely have come a long way from like college years of not being able to budget at all. So then all that stuff really does like play into the garden as well. And that's really the last piece of the puzzle. So I had 5 really big, main categories for my resolutions. So fitness, nutrition, economic, garden, and then social and marketing. So like fitness and nutrition, those go hand in hand. Nutrition and economics, that goes hand in hand. I guarantee that if you actually, audit your spending and if you see that you're going out even once a week or, let's say even just twice a month, if you go out to eat, you're spending $50, guaranteed, minimum. And then, if you get drinks or you want to go out to the bar, forget about it. That's like $100 minimum. And, that's a pretty significant portion of your check when you're like kind of early in your career and that sort of thing. And it's, why not just buy a 6-pack and sit at home? So that's way cheaper. But anyways, so beyond that, so then like the economics in the garden, that kind of goes hand in hand as far as like kind of building that business up. And then social and marketing is obviously all about the garden, all about this whole thing, about my life, our life here, and just how we're progressing through it. So like one of my big pushes was doing the long form video, written content, and audio. I've done a decent job I've done a good job, I feel, with the vlog. I actually have, started producing videos that I would say I'm proud of. And not only that, but people are watching them for a longer time. As far as the analytics I've seen on Facebook and Google or YouTube. So that's really like encouraging to me. And, and I don't care if people want to watch them or not. It's more about me. Like I'm kind of viewing everything as like, a home video. And I think just everything will happen as a natural byproduct. This is my life and my business and my passion and all of that. So it's been exciting to kind of open up a little bit more and be able to do that. I feel comfortable with video now. I actually prefer it because it saves me time. I love writing, but I think that it's, it's good to be able to get your thoughts out just right on the spot. Like writing, it takes a lot of contemplation, a lot of second guessing. Whereas like right now, you just got to go in and just do your thing. So, and that's like kind of how real life is anyways. You know, you don't have a script when you're going into real life. And and that's kind of the approach that I want to take with my content this year. And I think we're getting there. You know, I think that it's tough to get gardening top of people's mind, and just making it relevant through the winter months. But we're closing in. Today I'm right after this, about to be starting up some seedlings for like some onions, some of those really early or long growing crops. So we're gonna do that, and then kind of what my thoughts are now too is like I had some ideas as far as like multiple vlogs or like web series. So unboxing and explaining. I kind of like those videos. I don't know if other people do, but I like doing them because I can, unbox products that I'm getting ready to add at AM Leonard or already have added. And I think it's cool just like, going through everything, getting the nitty gritty details on it. I also thought about doing like interviewing local growers, landscapers, people at AM Leonard or local businesses or startups, like building more of a community within the community. I think people so often just want to go straight to online and just like do social networking, that sort of thing. And it's like you have a whole ecosystem right in front of you. So that's something that's coming up. I've been talking to every single person that I can about doing like podcasts. And it's really easy. Like if we can just do it through Anchor. So Anchor is owned by Medium, which is a blogging site. But Anchor's really cool because all you have to do is you go into the app, you press the plus button at the bottom, just like you would post like an Instagram post. Then it gives you an option to record. So you can actually just take your phone, put it up to your ear, and it's like you're on the phone just talking. So you can do that solo, or you can actually collaborate with people. So it's like you put it up to your ear, or, I say that I want to collaborate with my brother Adam. So I type it in, it'll basically call him, and then it's recording that whole conversation. So that's an easy way to do podcasting. And I'm hoping that I can do that even for local people, because, not everyone has the time, and that's such a, the fact that you don't have to be in the same place to make a podcast is like kind of blows me away. And I think that it's just so easy, and people probably, worry too much about like, well, I don't know what to say or what we're going to talk about. And that's the beauty of a podcast is, you might have some main topics and some main interests, but it can go anywhere that you want it to go. Like, this is, I kind of started this about gardening, but that doesn't mean that I can't talk about, whatever might come up, life, what gardening for gains is not just about gardening. And like, I think people are kind of confused about the gains part of it as well. Because I haven't done a good enough job of explaining it. But so like gains isn't like economic or monetary gains. Gains is like a slang term in like bodybuilding community where, it's about like building your muscle. So if you're like, if you're building muscle, that's called making gains. So gardening for gains, kind of was a play on that because I've always been interested in weightlifting, bodybuilding. So that's kind of where it goes, but like gains, it's just about making gains. So, making strides in your life, and, kind of, it's all about that journey and learning and building and constantly getting better. And, I hate to say perfecting because I don't think anything is perfect or should be, striving to be perfect. I think it's just kind of, the magic happens like in the moment and in your learning. So I just always like look at it as like refining and, just refining the process really. So I figure it'll be a rocky start, just like everything in life, but it'll, there's only one way to go from the bottom is up. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So, I feel pretty good about my resolutions, but I think that I can still put my nose to the grindstone a little bit more. So what I'm going to be doing, working on videos, working on blogs, just put out some emails today, getting people to sign up for the crop box this year. So I almost feel like I'm going to get in too far over my head because I think we have a shitload of people that's going to sign up. So like right now I'm just thinking about the list of definite people there are people that have given me the go ahead for this year for 2019, and that's like 6 people. So that's okay. We had 10 last year. I think that we can get up to 20, but then, the people that haven't confirmed, it's going to their work email, so they probably won't get it till like Monday or Tuesday. So what I think is going to happen is we'll probably end up with about 20, 25 people, I'm hoping. And if we can do more than that, I'm just going to have to find some spots for some new plots because, I'm just excited. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to build my business, build my savings, and buy some land, or buy some greenhouses. There's some pretty awesome greenhouses that it's got a price tag of about $900,000 on it on 25A. I pass it every morning when I'm going to work, every day when I'm leaving home, and I just like think about how can I get my hands on this greenhouse? So it's got like 16 bays. It would just be like so ideal, but so those are kind of things that are, percolating in my head. So, if you happen to find $900,000 or know a good way for me to get that, let me know. But otherwise we're just going to be bootstrapping this thing from the ground up. That's the way I like it. Just getting that grind on. And that's another thing. That's why I haven't done anything like Kickstarter or Barn Raiser or like even putting like a donate link for my PayPal or creating a Patreon account. Like, to me, if you want to build a business, the only way that you can actually do that is if you build a business. Like if you're asking for money, I don't know, to me, it just seems backwards. It's like, give me money so that I can build a business, because it's like you haven't even proven your business model in the first place. And you don't even know the legitimacy of it. It's kind of like when you play The Sims and you use the Rosebud code or whatever it is for the current system you got. It's cool because you can do unlimited things, but then, it kind of makes it meaningless for your guy to get a job. It makes your guy or your family or whatever you've created in that little system. But, it takes like it takes the pride out of it almost, so it's like, that's, I don't know, like, and that's what I love about this is like, we're literally building from the ground up. So, I'm excited for it. I hope that we get a lot of people to join. And if not, we'll just have to do a better job of building it all up, and promoting it. So, that's kind of all I got. A little bit of a tangent for the end of the resolution video here, but, stay tuned. What I'll do is like a monthly update on my resolutions. And then in between there, we'll have a shitload of videos coming out as far as like, right now we're growing microgreens, getting ready to start some seeds for really early crops. So what I'll do, I'm going to start like a how-to gardening series and do it. And I have to thank Angela Lewis for giving me the idea. It's a great idea. And, something I've been trying to, like, I think that I've been trying to do it, but I haven't been like direct about it. So it's like, here's what I'm doing. You can take this as like, you can watch it for enjoyment or like maybe siphon some of that information, but maybe I need to make it more like interactive and create like an actual like YouTube and Facebook series of videos about how-to gardening. So the first thing is just like seed selection. So we'll start off with like how to select seeds, where to find some supplies, and good seed suppliers, good tool suppliers. Which Kyla works at my girlfriend works at a seed company, so I'll probably recommend a few that she might work with. And then I work at a tool and supply company, so I think between the two of us, we've got you covered. So that's where we'll start, and then other than that, it's going to be planning, going into planting, and then praying for the spring and summer to come. So thanks for watching in. As always, I appreciate it.